evening everyone. Today our class is about blood. Blood is very important for 5 marks as well as in the Viva section. Before starting the class, please subscribe to our channel as well as follow us in Instagram for notes. Blood is important for 5 marks as well as in the Viva section. Next, coming to the today's class. In today's class we will discuss about the properties, composition of blood as well as the functions of blood. In these three concepts, functions of blood is important for 5 marks question, composition is for 2 marks question, properties is for 2 marks question. This is for 2 and 5. Let us start the class. First, the properties. Coming to the properties, we will discuss about the color of the blood as well as volume of the blood as well as specific gravity of the blood as well as reaction and pH of the blood as well as viscosity of blood. Coming to the color of the blood is red in color, and in some cases that means in the atrium the blood is scarlet red. In the atrium the blood is scarlet red. Coming to the venous, the blood is purple red in venous and scarlet red in atria. Scarlet red is because of more oxygen. Purple red is because of CO2 is more. This is the color of the blood. And now coming to the volume of the blood. Volume, in males the blood contains 5 liters and in females it is 4.5 liters. It will change in some clinical conditions. We will know later about those conditions. Next, specific gravity. Specific gravity of blood. We will discuss about the total specific gravity of total blood, specific gravity of blood cells, specific gravity of plasma. Specific gravity of total blood is 1.052 to 1.061. Blood cells is 1.092 to 1.101. Plasma is 1.022 to 1.026. This is the specific gravity of this blood. Next, coming to the reactions and pH, I will write here. pH is 7.4. That means alkaline in nature. This is the reaction, alkaline. See, the pH below 7 is acid, pH above 7 is base. So it is almost neutral. So it is slightly alkaline. Next, coming to the viscosity. See, viscosity always compare with the water. So viscosity of blood is more than water because blood contains RBC and plasma proteins. Blood contains RBC and plasma proteins. These are the properties of blood. Next, coming to the composition of blood. Composition of the blood. Coming to the composition of blood. See, the blood contains, I will give a flow chart, most important for 2 marks as well as this flow. Follow this flow chart carefully. Blood. This blood contains 2 parts. Blood cells or formed elements. Blood cells is also called as formed elements, and plasma. Blood cells are formed elements and plasma. Next, these formed elements, that means blood cells contains 3 components, that is RBC, WBC and platelets. RBC, WBC and platelets. Okay, these plasma contains solids, water and gases. Solids contains 7 to 8%. This water contains 92 to 93%, and gases gas is negligible. Okay, I hope you understood. Blood contains formed elements or blood cells and plasma. Next, these formed elements are RBC, WBC and platelets. These plasma cells, contains solids, water and gases. These are the composition of blood. Next, coming to the functions of blood, most important for 5 marks. Functions of blood. There are 9 functions of blood. We are going to discuss about those. First one is nutritive function. Nutritive function. See, nutrients like blood absorbs nutrients from digested food and it carries to the different parts of the body. Okay, this is called nutritive functions, and those nutrients are glucose, amino acids, lipids and vitamins. Next, coming to the second point, second function, respiratory function. Respiratory function. Respiration means, see, blood carries oxygen to the tissues and that takes CO2 from the tissues. This is called respiratory function. Third one is excretory function. In the excretory function, blood excretes waste products from some mechanisms in the body. Blood excretes waste products through excretory organs like skin, liver, kidneys, etc. Blood excretes some waste products that are formed by some mechanisms like kidney, skin, liver, through kidney, skin and liver. Okay, I repeat again, excretory functions ante blood waste product ni excrete chestadi ekkada deni dwara, kidneys dwara avvachu, skin dwara avvachu, liver dwara avvachu. Next, coming to the fourth point, transports hormones and enzymes. See, some hormones releases directly into the blood like endocrine glands. For example, insulin, glucagon. These hormones releases directly into the blood. Okay, so the blood carries to its target organs. Okay. Next, fifth function is regulation of water balance. Regulation of water balance means it regulates the balance of water, that's it. And the sixth one is acid-base balance. Acid-base balance. The plasma proteins and hemoglobin acts as these two. Plasma proteins and hemoglobin acts as buffer solution. Acts as buffer. Buffer means which regulates the acid and base balance, or which maintains its alkalinity or acidity. That means reaction or pH, which maintains its pH. Okay. Plasma proteins and hemoglobin ఏం చేస్తాయి అంటే బఫర్లా యాక్ట్ చేస్తాయి. ఇవి పర్ఫెక్ట్ యాసిడ్ బేస్ బ్యాలెన్స్ ఉండేలాగా మన బఫర్లా యాక్ట్ చేస్తాయి. నెక్స్ట్, రెగ్యులేషన్ ఆఫ్ బాడీ టెంపరేచర్. రెగ్యులేషన్ ఆఫ్ బాడీ టెంపరేచర్. దిస్ ఈస్ ద సెవెంత్ ఫంక్షన్, రెగ్యులేషన్ ఆఫ్ బాడీ టెంపరేచర్. ఈ ఎలా అంటే బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్స్ హై స్పెసిఫిక్ హీట్. సి బ్లడ్ హ్యాస్ హై specific heat. Blood has high specific heat. Because of this high specific nature, the blood maintains thermoregulation. Blood keeps its thermoregulation. Okay, next, storage function. The ninth one is storage function. Next, the eighth function is storage function. Storage function. See, the blood serves as ready-made source for proteins. That means blood అనేది ప్రోటీన్స్ని, గ్లూకోజ్ని, సోడియం అండ్ పొటాషియం అండ్ వాటర్, ఈ 5 కాంపోనెంట్స్ని బ్లడ్ ఎప్పుడు స్టోర్ చేసుకుని ఉంటుంది. సో ఇట్ రిలీజెస్ వెన్ ది టార్గెట్ ఆర్గన్ నీడ్స్ ఇట్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇఫ్ we are in the condition of starvation, that means ఆకలి వేయటం. If we are in the starvation condition, or we are in fluid loss conditions, that means more dehydration conditions, or if we are in electrolyte loss condition, that means we are getting more sweat. From the sweat we loses more sodium and chlorine components, so we will lose some electrons through the sweat. So okay, in these three conditions the blood supplies potassium, proteins, glucose, sodium, potassium and water to the target organs. Okay, next, these are the eighth function, and coming to the ninth function, defensive mechanism. Blood acts as defensive function. In the blood, the mostly WBC acts as more defensive mechanism. It plays an important role in defense. In WBC, neutrophils and monocytes engulf the phagocytosis. Engulf, that means mingeto. Engulf phagocytes na mingesta untayi. Engulf the phagocytes. Next, lymphocytes. Lymphocytes acts in the development of immunity. Lymphocytes acts in the development of immunity. Next, final important thing is eosinophils. Eosinophils acts in the detoxification, disintegration and removal of foreign proteins. Detoxification means ఏమైనా ఒక ఆర్గన్ని ఏమైనా ఒక ఆర్గన్ ఏమైనా పాడు చేస్తుంది అంటే దాన్ని తీసివేయటం, దాన్ని డిటాక్సిఫికేషన్ అంటాం. అంటే రిమూవల్ ఆఫ్ టాక్సిక్ మెటీరియల్స్ ఫ్రమ్ సర్టెన్ ఆర్గన్, that we call it as detoxification. Now coming to the disintegration means ఏదైనా ఒక జమ్ మన యొక్క ఇమ్యూనిటీని చంపేస్తుంది అంటే ఆ జమ్స్ని ఈ ఎసినోఫిల్స్ ఏం చేస్తాయంటే మింగేస్తాయి. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ disintegration. Okay, and the removal of foreign particles. These are the functions that are most important for 5 marks. Very important for 5 marks question, and it is asked for frequently. Thank you all. We will meet again tomorrow.